Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we are live swatching three polish brands, mainstreams of course, that I purchased for the fall 2023 collections. We have China Glaze, Morgan Taylor, and Essie. So we've got my low price point, my mid price point, and my bougie brand. So let's go ahead and jump into those swatches. If you enjoy live swatches, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. So we're going to start with China Glaze and Morgan Taylor. I decided to do a side-by-side for this because I thought that the colors were kind of similar. So we've got Bring the Heat and Golden Hour Glow. So I felt that these were both going to be like a pearlescent harvest orange, and I did kind of get that with the polish from China Glaze, Bring the Heat. It was definitely like shimmery and orange, and I just fell in love with it. But Morgan Taylor came in a lot more yellow, and I still loved it because I thought that, again, it was very complimentary to the China Glaze. So I went ahead and did 2 coats for full opacity, and I think at least for now, I know I am definitely keeping the China Glaze, and at least for now, Morgan Taylor is staying in my collection as well. I'm looking at both of them, even in the stills. I still have very positive associations with them and loved it. Now, I am new to Morgan Taylor, or Morgan Taylor is new to me, but China Glaze is not. So here we are with 2 more shimmers, and while Alpine Glow was a shimmer, sappy but sweet, also was a shimmer but not as fine as the pearlescent shimmer that we got from China Glaze. Also, the China Glaze one has a lot more pink in it, so it's almost like a fuchsia magenta shade, whereas I felt like sappy but sweet was more of a wine colored. So it wasn't a perfect grape, but definitely more like a wine. And I appreciated both of them. I thought they were both gorgeous. And in 2 coats, I had full opacity. The brushes were pretty smooth. I appreciate that Morgan Taylor had that nice shorter brush with the round tip, so I really like that, especially it being a new to me brand. And China Glaze has its standard brush that it has not changed yet, which I wish it would. So we're moving right on with like grapey purples with Twilight Desert and Underground Ball from Essie. So you know I love creams, and I generally leave like the micro flakies and micro shimmers to indie brands. So for the China Glaze, I wasn't super thrilled with it. While I like the color, I felt like it would have been a richer color without the little micro bits that were in it. Now, my application was absolutely horrendous with both of these, but they got straightened out by that 2nd coat. So I think that the formulas are kind of forgiving, even if you are a noob at polishing your nails. So I'd say at least 2 to 3 coats to go ahead and get close to your cuticle as you can, and to cover up any patchiness that you may create by not letting the nail polish dry before you apply that 2nd coat. And it's crazy because that is a lesson I should know by now, but I still forget once in a while. So I'm probably going to let the China Glaze go and keep the Essie. So here we go again. Same kind of formulas for both, but China Glaze with that like kind of micro shimmer thing going with Night Dunes, and then we've got a cream with Step Out of the Line. I think it was Step Out of the Line, but Essie's is straight up a cream, and I actually have a blue like this from Misho Beauty that I love so much. But given that Misho Beauty gave it to me for PR and it is like a $20 polish, I'll probably keep my Essie one and use it whenever I'm having a hankering for like a dark navy blue. And then again with the China Glaze one, I liked it, but I didn't like it enough. I wasn't super fond of like the micro bits, whatever they are or whatever they may be. I know that they did add like a little sparkle, but it wasn't an intense sparkle for me. So it's kind of something I'm going to be able to do without. Also, it kind of left it a little brighter than I would have wanted for my fall palette. So I'm not disappointed. They were great price points, but I probably won't keep them in my collection. Now we're going to move on with swatching the rest of the Essies because none of them matched up with any other polishes. So this one is Dance Till Dawn. Again, it's a very pale color. It almost looks like a neutral with pink undertones, but I am no expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just really liked it because it was very pale, but not stark white, and also not beige with yellow undertones. I see a lot of those in the fall, and I don't like them that much, so I will be keeping that Essie. I think I will keep the whole collection because low key, I like Essie. Here we are with an olive green or army green, whichever you'd like to call it. Meet me at midnight. It's nice, it's dark, it's rich, and again, it's one of those olive green shades that I already said I cannot resist. And I think I'm gonna have to go back to Beyond Polish and get the Off the Grid collection because those had khakis in it. And while I know khakis are not like a channel favorite, I kind of want them. So here we are with this interesting polish from Essie. Lights down, music up. I couldn't tell if it was a brown with like purple undertones or if it was purple with brown undertones, but it was somewhere in the middle. Like in the application, definitely looks brown, but in my still photo, it looked purple. So I was like, I absolutely am gonna have to check what the actual official description is because it looked brown to me. So now we've got one last Essie color, I believe, and this one is Full Blast. It's one of those beautiful, deep, dark garnet reds that I try not to love because I feel like they're always going to stain my cuticles if I make a mistake. But once I've got them on my nail, they're always so beautiful and vampy without it being dark to the point where it can be mistaken for red. I don't want it to be so dark that it can be mistaken for another color. I just want the darkest possible shade of red while you still know that it's red. So I wouldn't actually call it an oxblood because it wasn't like brown and red. It was just really, really dark red, and I like that. So, or brick red if you'd like. But I feel like brick red is even a little bit brighter than this one. Here is the side by side of the Essies. I did not apply a top coat to it because I wanted you to see how glossy it is without. And then if you want to pump up the juiciness after 2 coats of polish, I would recommend a nice glossy quick dry top coat. So that brings us to the Morgan Taylor remainder swatches because I definitely want to take my time with this brand. I did like that little bit of gold shimmer in the white. It's Do Me a Favor, and I thought this was so pretty and so unique in the bottle. And then when I put it on my nails, didn't get the same kick out of it. So I still like it as a polish, but I don't think I'm going to be keeping it because my first time trying to apply it, I found this formula a little less easy to work with than I'm used to, and that usually results in me not reaching for a polish. There's no need for it to just sit and collect dust if that's how I feel on first impression. It'll probably be the same impression again and again. So we're moving on to another polish. This one is Lost My Terrain of Thought, and I like this one. It's like a pale chartreuse, or at least maybe a washed out chartreuse. I wouldn't say that it's pale like pastel, but it's definitely brighter with a lot more yellow in it. So I was very much invested in this one because I wanted to wear it with that Essie olive, because I thought, it looks like it would go well together, and with the Essie brown that I got in their fall collection this year. Like, this one feels like it goes to another collection, but the application was absolutely easy, and I thought I looked personally pretty good in it. So definitely keeping that one. And then here we go with another Morgan Taylor shimmer where I'm looking at it. It's a deep, rich, dark brown, I think. And then we've got just a little bit of that gold shimmer again. And I couldn't make up my mind. Like, I love it, but I need to see All Good in the Woods on my nails before I make a final choice. And on my nails, it was just so vampalicious. I couldn't stop staring at my mani, and I felt like it was actually really easy to apply. Unlike Do Me a Favor, for whatever reason, didn't work for me that well, which made me have second thoughts. Should I keep it just because of their beautiful contrast and because this is low-key the amount of shimmer that I want from my mainstreams? Like, I don't want it to be overpowering because I feel like when they turn it up too much, they just don't do the same justice that indies do. So I'm definitely keeping this one. But now I'm like, should I keep Do Me a Favor? Let me know down in the comments. Would you keep a polish like that just for the contrast because they were in a collection? So now we have what looks to be like a really pale mauve, and Stay Off the Trail works for me. I kind of like it, and I'm not absolutely appalled at it like I usually am. Usually I run into mauves with too much cool undertones in them, and it just makes my cuticles look weird and makes my hands look strange. Like, it just doesn't go together. So I kind of like this one. I think there was like a little bit more purple in it, which was nice because it wasn't exactly a lavender. So I don't know, it's somewhere in between, and I'm kind of okay with that. I just don't know if it's something I'm going to keep though, because I'm like, it is sweater weather approved, which reminds me of something cozy and warm. And then I've got my matcha tea, my coffee, and like some milk, I guess hot milk. But I'm thinking like this whole collection is reminding me of hot drinks and cozy sweaters, and that's what fall is about. So I kind of feel like the Morgan Taylor collection is a keepable one too. So I'm very surprised because this is my first round with them. And usually I don't warm up to a brand that quickly. But given their formula and their brush style, I was very impressed for it to only be a little bit more per bottle than China Glaze. So I do have two more China glazes to swatch, so we're going to go ahead and knock those out. They didn't match up with anything else. So we've got Dunescape Sand, which I don't know. It's I don't know. This one, I don't know. It looked like it was trying to be a really beautiful sandy color, but I don't know, it just did not look good on me. So it's kind of interfering with my feelings about the color objectively because I keep seeing how it looks on me and I wasn't super excited about it. Also, again, with the little weird shimmery bits, and it dried down a little bit darker than it goes on. So I wasn't super excited about that either. And then, like, I don't know, my application is awful with it. So I just didn't get really hyped about it. And then we had some more of the micro bits shimmer formula, but this one in a lavender. And I tried to get excited because it's a purple and generate some of that sky of lavender magic, but I don't feel like it got me as happy as I was about like the Harvest Orange shimmer, or how it was about like that magenta fuchsia mix or magenta fuchsia hybrid. So I did apply it. This one did go on a lot easier than I expected, so that gave it some points back. And then I saw how it looked on me. There's a little bit of blue into it, but it's not periwinkle, so I was like, maybe I'm on the fence about this one. I don't know if I'm keeping it or not, but I definitely like the way it's leaning towards as far as amounts that I'll be keeping of the collection. So here is the side by side of the remaining fingers that were not similar to anything in the other three collections. So I do like that Essie's gave us some very traditional fall colors that always impresses me as much as I don't want it to. It always impresses me and brings me around. So I love the brown to the dark, dark, dark vampy brown with the gold shimmer and the chartreuse and the olive. I felt like those by themselves would make a great Skittles story. And then you've got that beautiful dark, rich, vampy red that really just, I don't know, it really set the tone, and I wanted to wear it by itself. I didn't even think about what nail art. I just feel like it's easy to pull off a burgundy or red, dark red polish in the fall. No questions asked, no style that needs to be explained. You can just throw it on and keep moving. So as for the lighter colors, I know they're like cozy sweater weather colors, so I might be keeping them. I will definitely get the ones that I'm letting go of up on my destash as quickly as possible. I hope you all had fun as much as I did, and I hope this will give you some ideas before you go out and purchase all three of these collections and then get them home and say, what am I going to do with these ones that I don't even want? So thank you all for watching. If you're part of my nail fam, I'm sending out virtual hugs, and thank you for joining me. I absolutely adore you all. If you are new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing. As always, take care of yourselves and each other.